Every business needs to innovate. The question is, how should you go about it? Take a look at any great innovator and you'll find that they all do things differently. Steve Jobs made products that were insanely great by fusing engineering with design. Silicon Valley startups iterate and pivot their way to identifying a successful model. At Google's X division, they pursue moonshots, and scientists at world-class labs take an exploratory approach to find solutions to big, tough problems. So which path will you choose? In my research of the world's top innovators, what I found is that there are as many different ways to innovate as there are different types of problems. So the key to success is to identify the right strategy for the type of problem you are trying to solve. After all, that's what innovation is, isn't it? Finding novel solutions to important problems. You start by asking two crucial questions. The first is, how well is the problem defined? For example, Steve Jobs defined the problem of the iPad by asking, how can I carry 1,000 songs in my pocket? But scientists often explore nature without any practical problem defined, like how Einstein sought to understand time and space without any application in mind at all. Yet despite the differences in their approaches, both genuinely changed the world. So sometimes problems can be well defined, and sometimes they are not well defined at all. The second question is to ask, how well is the domain defined, or what skills are needed to solve the problem? Like problems, sometimes domains are well defined, and sometimes they are not. Because sometimes it's easy to identify what kinds of skills are needed, and sometimes it isn't. Once we have asked the two crucial questions, we can begin to map the innovation space on the innovation matrix, placing the problems we want to solve in one of four quadrants: basic research, breakthrough innovation, sustaining innovation, and disruptive innovation. So that narrows things down considerably. Once we know which kind of problem we are trying to solve, it's much easier to identify strategies that are suited to it. And that's what mapping innovation is all about, finding the right strategies for the problems you need to solve. In this book, you will not only learn how to define strategies, you will also learn how some of the most innovative organizations in the world implement the strategies that make them so successful. So if innovation is important to your organization, this is the book for you.